Today, I'm going to walk you through my new Traveler's Notebook, which is a system similar to Midori. Midori is a brand of Traveler's Notebook and it's a specific size, but I recently got a cover and put together a Traveler's Notebook system, and I'm going to walk you through it. Right now, obviously, it's very, very full. And I've added a lot of things. I've actually made some things, some folder inserts and envelopes and other things, and I've added what I need. And so right now I'm happy with this system and the way it is. So I'm going to take it all apart and show you the elements as I put them in. Okay, so I have taken the entire system apart. And as you can see, all I have here is the cover. This is a beautiful cover I bought on Etsy from the shop Zenok Leather or Zenok Leather. I'm not sure exactly how you say it, from a seller in Canada. And it's a beautiful, you can see, it's just a beautiful leather cover, kind of mahogany color. This is a little different than the way the Midori system does it. There's actually, I don't know if you can see, but there's a word wander that was punched into the leather. And the only thing I added at this point was a charm that I made myself from an antique key I got at an antique shop and a couple other small jewelry charms. So this was the A5 size. So it was not a large, it was a little bigger than a large. It's wider than the size of notebook or insert I wanted to put in it, which is the Moleskine Cahier notebook. And I use those often. Last year I used a Moleskine notebook for my planning, and I used it all year long. It worked great for me, so I loved the size, and I decided I wanted a notebook cover that I could put around it for the Traveler's Notebook. So that's what I have, and it's still pretty new. It's getting a little softer, but it's just a beautiful leather, and I'm looking forward to it being really nicely worn in. So you can see on the inside, there are 4 elastics. So I have 4 inserts that I've put in there. You can always add other inserts, and you can do that with a nice firm rubber band. But for now, the 4 that I have and the folders that I've made are plenty, and they obviously fill it up really well. So this is how I put it together. First of all, I have made a couple of file folder envelope inserts, whatever you would call them, but you can see this is just a basic file folder like this, and I just took the file folder, and what I had to do for the size of what I needed was to cut it across in the center and then use each half individually to make the sides of this file folder. So I then used packing tape in the center and closed that up. I used some washi, I used packing tape on this side as well, and it makes some really nice pockets. So at this point, I've got, for my planning, I've got some washi, I've got some stars and other stickers, I've got letter stickers, and I have a little glassine envelope with some clippings. I like to do kind of creative planning, so I do some collage in my planner. All right, so what I did with this blue one is I used this at the front half of my Traveler's Notebook. So I stuck it in here with the first 2 elastics inside it. So I was able to then stick those in, and something's getting caught on the paper clip. Okay, so this is in the first 2 of the elastics. The 3rd and 4th ones are still over here. Got caught on a paper clip. I'll just put that aside for now. All right, so once we get that set, I then have 2 places to put in inserts, and the inserts that I use first are my planner insert, which I just decorated it. I do make some of these moleskines, I hand paint them, and I just did a quick sketch with some acrylic ink, but on the inside, I can take you more through this in another video, but I use a template from the Etsy shop Time is Honey, which I really love, and I have an entire other video on, like I said, that Moleskine planner with this template. But I open it up to the center and stick it right in here. So I have my little bookmark, get this out of the way. and have it right where I need it with all my stuff for my planner easily accessible. So then the second one, what I used for that one is my homeschool planner. I decorated and hand painted this one as well. And I homeschool, I have my 4 kids, so I just made really easy cardstock or scrapbook paper tabs so I could easily find who was doing what. And find the center of this one and stick it in that second elastic. So right now I've got 2 inserts within this file folder envelope insert. Now, I also had made a little dashboard, and instead of having the dashboard at the very front, I just had the dashboard around my planner because I use this to hold Post-its and to hold paper clips. So I put a few of each different color on there, and this was a little note to myself. I just have notes on the inside, and this is completely laminated. I do have a Scotch laminating system, which I love, and I can put the link in the bottom below. I'll also put the link in for the template and for the leather cover. But this one I wanted simply around my planner insert. And so I just slip that in. So I have the folder, then the dashboard with all the Post-its and stuff, and then my planner, and then my homeschool notebook. So I did the exact same thing in the second half of the notebook. I have a second file folder insert. I have some notebook paper. I do have some notes that I can write because I want to write, do more snail mail things this year is kind of my goal. And then in the front here, I just made this pocket out of scrapbook paper, washi tape, whatever. And this is just some rub off letters that I can use. So this goes inside these 2 final elastics. And the notebooks I used for this, the inserts, again, these are just the Moleskine Cahier notebooks. I just get them on Amazon, 3 in a pack. And I've decorated this one. This is my book journal, but I'm going to be putting some of these up on my Etsy shop. I love the way the craft notebook of these, the paper on here receives paint, acrylic, not watercolor very well, but an acrylic ink. So this is my book journal, and I include templates here. This is a free book journal template from Modern Mrs. Darcy. And I can put her link down below as well, but my goal is 40 books this year, and so each page has a book so that I can put my favorite quotes from those books in there. So that is, find the center of this here. And find the center, and I'm going to put this in my 3rd elastic. And I often will take actually the insert out to write in it. I don't like the way the last 2 inserts, they kind of are hard to write in, especially the final one. So I sometimes will just take them out. They're really easy to take out, and then I'll work in it separately and then put it back in. So this is another one that I painted, and this is just a little planning for more professional things for my art stuff and YouTube channel, and I'm working toward a goal of going back for some training for spiritual direction. So that's kind of exciting as well. So there is my system, the way I put together all the inserts. Now, what I had at the back, I have these clips, and I use this clip just for some extra notebook paper for letter writing and whatever. It just really fits nicely over there. I had this, can't remember where it was. Was it here? It might have been here. Okay, so this was to hold my pen. Not all pens fit in there, but this is just a nice little clip to hold a pen. And then in the front, I had my little laminated water intake thing that I just printed off online. I found it, and it's really needed. I love having this right out on the front because I can just use a dry erase marker and fill that in. So that is my system, and I love it. It's very heavy, so I've been taking it with me sometimes, but not all the time. and it does fit. I have a nice big bag to take with me, and I can close it. Unfortunately, the only thing is I have it so thick that this leather piece that the person who made the cover, oops, did a beautiful job with it. However, I filled it too thick, so this leather piece doesn't quite cover it. But there is my pen holder, and that's my system. I love it. I've been using it daily, and I love the flexibility of it, that I can just take inserts out, put new ones in. I have a small one also that I use just for other little things, prayers and gratitude journal and stuff like that. But this is my traveler's notebook. It is a size A5, as I said, and you can see all the links below, the things I mentioned. Thanks for watching.